morning. I'm Steve Callahan. I'm the Nicholas County Circuit Judge. I want to welcome everybody here to our Family Treatment Court graduation and our Adult Drug Court graduation. These graduates over here will be graduating today, and they represent a great milestone in their own life, and they signify the value of this program to our community. With Adult Drug Court, this will mark 87 graduates from this program. And what that means is, to the community, people have their lives back, people have their children back. These people they've left drugs behind them. They're in our community, they're in our convenience stores, they're in our hotels. You see these people, you see our graduates out there every day, I guarantee it's somewhere. But, I mean, think of the impact on that to our community and to our economy and really to our jail bill. So, and Mr. Chapman can, he knows about the jail bill, so it helps. I mean, these programs are working. These programs need the community. They need the support of our county commission, like Craig Chapman, who is here. They need the support of our mayor, who is here. And we also have the support of churches. The Baptist Church is going to be doing our lunch today, right after this. We have their partnership. We have a partnership with local business people and landlords. A lot of our participants need housing, and we try to arrange that. And one of our partners is Scott Ellis, and he's here today. He works very well with us, and I hope our relationship is mutually beneficial. But it takes a community, and we have a great community and a close-knit community, and it works for all of us. We also have a great treatment court team, most of which are seated right over here. We'll introduce those to you later. Now, with Family Treatment Court, today marks the day when Family Treatment Court, in the last little over 3 years, we will have placed 81 children back in drug-free homes. That is a remarkable accomplishment, due mostly to the staff that works with these people every day. So, without Family Treatment Court, you kind of wonder where these 81 children would be today. They probably wouldn't be back in drug-free homes. And without Adult Drug Court, you wonder where maybe these participants or our prior graduates would be today without it. But I'm glad to say all these people will be back in the community, and it's kind of cliche, productive members of society. I avoid cliches like the plague because I think they're old hat. See what I did there? Heard another good joke at the Meet the Candidate thing the other night. My son asked me last week, he said, "Dad, do you know what a solar eclipse is?" And I said, "No, son." One of my jobs today is to introduce some guest speakers, which I will do. I also want to mention, I have a letter here from Justice Elizabeth D. Walker from the Supreme Court. Dear Judge Callahan, please extend my congratulations to the April 10th Family Treatment and the Drug Court graduates. Their hard work and perseverance through adversity will inspire others who struggle, and I hope they continue their efforts. Thank you to everyone associated with the treatment courts in the 28th Circuit. Please keep up the excellent work. So we appreciate Beth Walker sending in that letter. We could not have these programs without the support of our Supreme Court, and they are very supportive of our programs. That being said, I want to introduce some guest speakers here today. Our first speaker is from Senator Joe Manchin's office. His name is Alex Hewitt. So Alex, come on up.
Thank you, Judge Callahan, and good morning, everyone. And particularly good morning and congratulations to all the graduates today. I want to extend the Senator's sincere congratulations and appreciation for you all taking this step in your lives. Unfortunately, the Senator could not be here today, but he has sent me down to read the following remarks. On behalf of the citizens of the Mountain State and as your United States Senator, it is my distinct privilege to congratulate you upon your graduation from the Nicholas County Family Treatment Court and Adult Drug Court. Programs such as this serve as an important opportunity to make major changes in participants' lives and the lives of their loved ones. I would like to extend my warmest thanks to all the staff who have helped make this tremendous program what it is today. The effects of addiction extend to the hearts of the communities we call home. It is my hope that this program continues to expand and, in turn, change the many lives for years to come. Truly, the hard work and dedication from both staff and graduates represent a monumental step towards solving the substance abuse epidemic. To all graduates, I applaud the outstanding dedication you have shown in completing this program. You are here today because of your hard work. No other person could have accomplished this for you. Every circumstance is unique, and you have overcome obstacles with courage and willpower. Today, we express our utmost pride in your accomplishment and look forward to your future achievements. Congratulations on this exciting milestone. I wish you the best in your future endeavors. With warmest regards, Senator Joe Manchin III. Thank you.
I'll introduce our next speaker. You know, this time of year we hear a lot from politicians. It's an election season, and you hear a lot about talking about inflation. And inflation is bad. We've all seen it when we go to the grocery store. But have you seen the price of chimneys? They're through the roof. Our next speaker is from Congresswoman Carol Miller's office. His name is Jonathan Hall. I want to welcome him and invite him up.
Like you said, my name's Jonathan Hall, and I'm the local representative for Carol Miller. My office is in Beckley. The Congresswoman was unable to attend today, but she did appreciate the invitation. But she personally wanted to congratulate all the graduates today for all your hard work and getting through this program. She wants to congratulate the staff and Judge Callahan for all their hard work, and just appreciate everything that Nicholas County's done to support this program, all the community involvement. Again, she wanted me to express her deepest congratulations and let everybody know that she's in Washington working for you. And if you need anything, feel free to reach out to her. Thank you.
The thing I want to do is we'll introduce our Family Treatment Court graduates here shortly, and you'll see the portraits behind me. Those are nice family portraits, and when these families graduate today, when they go home today, they'll take those portraits home with them as a reminder of the importance of what they've done, the importance of making it last forever for their families. We also think it is important to have people from Charleston and the administrative office here. We said when you have people from Charleston here, you're doing something important. So, Kaylee Dickinson is the state drug court coordinator, and we will welcome her and invite her up to speak. Come on up.
Thank you so much. You know, I always try my best to come to these graduations. It's definitely the best part of my job. You know, I travel all over the state attending these, but I will have to say Nicholas County is the only one that I've been to where the courtroom is completely full. You know, this is something that the judge, treatment team, you know, they take pride in building those community, you know, members and making sure that the participants have what they need to thrive in their lives. And that's something that I think Nicholas County, the treatment team, the judge, you know, they do very well, is making sure that these participants are not set up for failure. They provide them the services that they need. Drug court is not easy, and you know, it's very simple why it isn't, because when you're out of drug court, it's never going to be easy. But they provide you with those tools to where it can be easy. One thing I always love to see, you know, I recognize one of the graduates that are getting ready to speak. You know, they always have alumni come to these graduations, and it's wonderful to see, especially coming from Charleston. You know, they do very well with the family treatment courts and adult drug courts. So it's a pleasure to come down here. A sincere congratulations for all of your hard work and how far you guys have come from the rest of the administrative office and the Supreme Court justices. Congratulations. Thank you.
As Kayla said, we do have one of our prior graduates here to speak, and her name is Michaela Evans. I'd also like to recognize a couple of other graduates. We have Yolanda here, and we have Skipper over there. So we have other graduates in the crowd, and at this time I will announce Michaela Evans. She is a graduate. She's a huge success story, and she will tell you more about that. Come on up, Michaela.
Addiction is like having a voice in your head constantly encouraging you to set your whole life on fire for no particular reason and wanting to for reasons you can't understand or explain. I can't remember a time that I was not allowed to have alcohol, but I remember when I was 8 years old using prescription pills for the first time, and then by the time I was 11 years old, I had used meth for the first time. I continued to use pills and meth throughout middle and high school, found out I was pregnant when I was 21, and got clean with the help of a friend. I was able to stay clean until right after my daughter's first birthday. The day before my daughter turned 1, my father died unexpectedly. He was my best friend, and I lost all control of everything I'd worked so hard for. The day after her first birthday, I relapsed from meth and pills, and within 6 months, I was using heroin. This eventually led to using carfentanil. After the loss of my dad and my relapse, my life spiraled for the next few years, resulting in my addiction almost taking my life numerous times. I wanted to stop, but I didn't know how, and I'd done lost my will to live. On May 11th, 2021, I went to the DRC to screen for CPS. I was barely alive that day, but Gary and Megan convinced me I needed to go to the hospital and into detox. I tried to get high one last time on the way to the hospital, which resulted in me overdosing in front of my grandfather. Luckily, we were pulling into the ER as this happened, and he was able to get me the help I needed. It took about 24 hours for me to be stable enough to be moved to detox. On May 12th, 2021, I went to Crosswinds Detox. Then I went on to do a 3-month inpatient rehab. I came back home, and on July 23rd, 2021, Judge Callahan accepted me into the Family Treatment Court Program. Standing here today, I have 1,066 days in recovery, 1,066 days of living, 1,066 days of being the mother my daughter deserves. I'm able to stand here today because someone saw hope in me when everyone else thought I was a lost cause and hopeless. I came into the program with a bad attitude, and some days were just plain miserable. I didn't want to be here, but halfway through, David Sales broke me in my bad attitude, and I learned that I was right where I needed to be. The rules may be stupid while you're in here, but you have to remember that you got here because you couldn't follow the law or any rules set in front of you. So the goal is to teach you how to follow these simple rules in order to help you follow the laws when you get out, so you don't have to come back unless you want to. I cannot thank Judge Callahan, the team, everyone at DRC, plus Zozo enough for the life they helped restore in me and loving me and taught me to love myself, not to mention the support that they continue to give me today. One of the biggest battles through my recovery has been the stigma surrounding my past. While in addiction, people looked at me as nothing more than an addict with a criminal history and later a CPS case. This is something we battle within ourselves once we get clean. 1,066 days in, and there are still some days that I don't feel worthy of the life I have now. There are still some days the cruel words people said to me and about me creep up, but these are the days we have to remind ourselves that our past doesn't define us. I'm a good mom, and I know this because my child asked about my childhood the other day, and I told her it wasn't the best and we would talk about it when she was older. Her response reassured me that I was worth the chance I got because she said, "I'm glad I'm having the best childhood ever." I'm so lucky she doesn't remember the days when she told people her mommy was lost when she was just 3 years old. I spend my days now helping others who are struggling and trying to find their way in life. Not only am I an advocate for those in recovery, I'm also an advocate for those who are still struggling and have yet to find their voice. No one is too far gone. I'm back in school to get a degree that will allow me to help more people. I'm able to stand up for myself and others in the life I fought so hard for. I'm proud of who I am today. I want to congratulate the graduates, but I also want you to know that the easy part is now over. Now comes the hard part of holding yourself accountable. Getting high isn't fun and games anymore. Your next use might actually be your last. I hope you've built a life that you don't have to run from through your time. I also encourage you to use your support system you've built because there's still going to be hard days ahead. Drinking or using because a day is hard only guarantees that tomorrow will be harder. I'll end this by saying I'm here for anyone to reach out to. I don't care to sit with you in your darkest times while you wait for the light to come back on.
What a story, huh? I tell you, that's what keeps us motivated. That's what keeps us coming back. It's like getting a good drive on the golf course, you know? It's just a great success story. That's what helps keep us motivated. And I can tell everybody for the next 8.5 years, I am fully committed to going with these programs full speed ahead so we can hear more stories like that at the next graduation. So my next job is to introduce someone who will introduce the treatment court and the team members, and that would be Stephanie Smith and Nick Nutter.
Nick let me know yesterday that he felt like I could talk enough for the both of us, so he was just gonna hang out over there. And I'm just here for her support. So Judge Callahan has actually already stolen some of my speaking points for today and some of the stuff that I have on my papers. But introducing the team members, the team that we have an adult drug court team, the family treatment court team, and a lot of those members do overlap because so many of the roles are involved with both of those cases. But without this team, we wouldn't be able to make it happen. Do you want to get in? I have something to say about that when we talk about it. But first, we have Judge Callahan. We have Jasmine Morton and Michael Cox and Paul Williams with the Prosecuting Attorney's Office. Joe Moscow and Kathleen Murphy with the Public Defender's Office. Denise Pettyjohn and Karen Kramer, who couldn't be here today, they're the guardian ad litems, so they represent the children's best interest in the family treatment court cases. We have two amazing treatment providers that do the counseling and therapy. We have Emily Woods and Bob Faulkner. Jeff Bailey is our law enforcement representative, and he is Judge Callahan's bailiff. Ronnie Blankenship and Amy Dorsey are our CPS workers for the family treatment court cases. Matt Kaiser is a social worker for the Board of Education, but he could not be here today. All of our probation staff, our chief David Sales, Sherry Cook and myself. Kim Westfall is also with Adult Drug Court, Nick Nutter with Family Treatment Court, Jared Moreland, Raven Anaheim, and our juvenile probation officer, Aaron Evans. Okay. We also are fortunate enough to have Phil Wilson, who is an associate pastor at Summersville Baptist Church. And Phil has a special skill where you can call him and say, like, I need a bed, or I need a table, or I need a washing machine. Chest of drawers. And within, sometimes 5 minutes, he calls you back and he's like, hey, I got that thing that you needed. I'll bring it by tomorrow, or can you have some guys come help me get it? And I don't feel like that needs to go unrecognized, because without that stuff, we would have a hard time getting a jump start on the new businesses that people have. So please know how appreciated that is. On the drug court team, we also have our family court judge, Harley Stallings.
Stephanie, if I could jump in and say something. I'm not scheduled to speak, but I was at a car dealership in an adjacent county on Friday, and just happened to be there. And this fellow walked up to me, and he looked familiar, and he introduced himself, and he just started talking. And I had been at his graduation here in the past, one of the past classes. And he told me that last year he was named Salesman of the Year at the new car dealership where he works. And I was just floored by what great news that was, knowing where he came from and where he started from and where he is now. It was just amazing to witness. Very happy for him.
And that would be our drug court graduate, Ron Walls.
Actually, it's not.
Oh, it wasn't?
I'll tell you who it is.
Okay. We also have our judicial assistant, Tanesta Brooks. I saw come in the courtroom at some point. Ah, there we go. And then we have our day report center staff, the director, Gary Gerald, and all of his staff, Lindsay, Tia, Rhonda, Rob, Ron. That's what kind of makes this work day in and day out. Tia is the DMV queen, Gary is the yes man. And everybody kind of has their role that makes this work, and are the real, gritty support system for everyone that comes through those doors. We have Debbie Sislovnik, who I don't think is here. She's a community member that sits in with us, but her daughter-in-law is here. And then for drug court, we also have Kate Repass and Jackie Hartzog, who are representatives with the VA and work with our Veterans Track Court. We have some attorneys that call in every week for family treatment court, which they don't have to do. They do that just to stay involved, which I think is fantastic. And that would be Susie Hill and Juliana Dotsinko and Anthony Selby. And one of our providers who works with our parents with parenting and life skills and supervised visits is Allie Brooks, and I know she is here. And she shows up every week as well, which is super helpful, and we appreciate that. And then, of course, we have BJ Donato and Sarah McClung. who are lifesavers. I don't know their actual titles, but they keep the wheels turning and everything done and help me not get in trouble with Charleston for my disorganized paperwork. So we're really fortunate to have all of our team members.
No, it's just our team members. It's a blessing to have them, the support, and just the different perspectives that each one of them have. And we're dealing with participants and issues, and it's wonderful.
So the next thing we're going to do is give you just a little bit of a backstory on both of the treatment courts. I'm going to let you go first because you're starting first.
Okay. So I have to take my glasses off so I can see to stay focused. So we started taking applications on July 11th of 2016. There wasn't a whole lot of treatment courts out there, and we started just with a handful of people, and we have grown, like Callahan said, up to 87 today that we're graduating. But those don't even count the ones that we send to other counties to graduate. So, we look at that in numbers, it's not just 87 people, it's 87 families. It's 87 families that, have been able to have their loved one back in their lives and being sober. So our program, just to give you a quick of what it's like, is we have a minimum of 18 months. So each phase, we have 4 phases, each one of them. The first 3 is 4 months, so that's their 12 months of programming. And during that time, they have counseling, they have classes, there are evidence-based classes, and there's more, extra classes that we have that benefit, each and every one of them, because, the goal is the same, but each of the paths are different to get there. So, we have community service, we make sure that we're giving back to the community because the community supports our program, and we want them to know that, yes, it works. And so, just to kind of stay focused on me because I am scattered, 27 years ago when I started at the prisons, there wasn't much treatment. And after I was there for a couple of years, we started looking at reentry differently. So we were trying to give people, the classes and stuff while they were inside the prison, so that when it came back out, they wouldn't reoffend. Because what we were doing, it wasn't working. It was just like a rotating door. So I know through this whole thing, I've always said, keep doing the same thing, you get the same results. Well, it was the same thing on the streets. It was just being incarcerated over and over and over, but not really getting the help that, that they needed. But then they started, doing more programming in prisons and working with mental health, and it's the same thing that we're doing out here. But we're not sending them to prison. Yes, that's over their head. If they don't complete, that's the consequence of it. So after the focus of reentry, they see on the statistics that the numbers were benefiting our community. So that's what we're doing here today. We're trying to be a part of the solution and not be a part of the problem. And that's one of the things that was happening. We tend to kind of kick people down and keep them down and not lift them up so they can do better. And they need our support. If it was easy to do, they wouldn't be here today. So after working, for the DOC for 18 years, CPS for 2 years, and I think I've been here 8 years, just to watch, and be a part of the consequences is heartbreaking. And I know for the legal system, it's same people all the time, over and over and over. Well, that's stopping. We're getting families back together. People have their lives. They're not dying. The drugs are changing all the time. So, it's very important that, we remember that none of these people, and I say they're people, they're humans, none of them have ever told me, I want to be an addict. I want to lose everything that I've gained. I want to lose my kids. Nobody has ever told me that in the 27 years that I've done the same work, just in a different place. So, 8 years now, our program is going strong. We've accepted people. I don't even know the numbers that we've accepted total, but it's been a lot. With the treatment team now, I told you it was a blessing, to have them with the different views, different perspectives, and just to have community resources. It's just been awesome. And more of our community have supported. You know, they call Gary and, you know, ask for people to come into their homes. Okay, these are the same people that before you didn't want in your homes. You know, so things are changing. We are becoming part of the solution now. So it's important, again, you know, that we don't kick them down, we lift them up, and we help provide for them, get them started with their lives. And to keep that. And that's up to you guys today. And that's another thing that I always say is when you walk through those doors, that's when the battle really starts. You know, you always have our support. DRC doors are always open. You have all of our numbers. There's no excuses. You are productive community members now. You're very productive. You're setting goals. You have your kids back. It's beautiful. Life is beautiful. So just keep doing good. And our prosecutors and our attorneys and everybody on our team, you know, it's a blessing again to have every one of you, because you guys, law enforcement, Johnny, all you all, Bobby, you know, giving us people and allowing them to have this opportunity, because it really does start with you all. Judge Callahan, thank you for accepting that. You know me, I would take everybody. We are trying to make a difference. So, do you want to do my graduation certificates first, or do you want
Go through a couple more things real quick and then we'll do that. I should have gone first after that. She did such a fantastic job. But just a little bit of a backstory with the Family Treatment Court. We did become operational in February of 2020. It was February 21st, and then it was like 3 weeks later that the whole world shut down for a while. So we had a little bit of a slow start getting started. We had 5 participants during that time. Our courts opened back up in May, and our program grew quickly. And I'm always so proud to say that because of our community support, because of our day report center, because of our team, we have been able to accept a lot more people than what it was initially thought Family Treatment Courts would be able to accept. And I think we've pretty much maintained the highest numbers in the state. And it's because of you all, it's because you all trust us, it's because the attorneys trust us, and none of this would work without everyone that's involved. As Judge Callahan said, so far we have graduated 52 individuals, and reunified as of today will be about 81. And I know he already mentioned the former graduates, but like I really do want you guys to stand up for just 1 second that are here. Just give her. And those of you that are currently in the programs and are sitting in here today, like, I hope you feel something. I'm feeling something right now, and I feel it every time we have this graduation. And it is an exciting time, and you guys will get here too, and then you continue the work. I think the best thing that Michaela said when we were talking about this the other day, and she said it in her speech today, is like, this is the easy part. And I know, especially like UJW, there was a lot of days that were really, really hard, and a lot of days that you probably just didn't care for us very much. But this really was the easiest time. And I can't stress what Michaela said enough, that it's once you're out of here, now it's up to you. This is where we say, you have to want it, right? And Gage and Taylor and Grayson, Kennedy, yours, all your all's kids and grandkids, they love you, they need you, they're proud of you, and we are always here for you as you go forward in the more difficult times that will come. I do want to talk about one former graduate who's not here today. We had Angela Johnson, and she was one of our first graduates. The first graduation we had, she graduated, and that was on May 6th of 2021. And shortly after she graduated, she learned that she had pancreatic cancer, and she fought so hard. She had a little, almost 2-year-old daughter and an 18-year-old daughter, and she fought so hard until the end. And she unfortunately passed away on January 12, 2023. So we always think about her and miss her on days like today, and hope that her girls are doing well. So for today, Family Treatment Court's graduating 4 more parents and reunified 3 more children. I worked I don't have as many years as Sherry does under my belt, but I have a few. And I worked for CPS before having the opportunity from Judge Callahan to switch to probation to do this program. And what we had at that time was what we had. It was fine, but it wasn't enough. And so I feel blessed every day to get to be a part of the next step forward in trying to make the world a little bit of a better place and help people, because that's what we're all here to do. And I think that it does help and it does make a difference. So just last couple things, just to kind of talk about a couple people. Phil and the Summersville Baptist Church are providing all of our food, cake, drinks, everything down at the Family Life Center following the graduation. I highly recommend everyone get down there because there is nothing like the food that those ladies will make. Madison Heights for doing our family portraits for our family treatment court graduates. They turned out beautiful once again. Our administrative office and everyone in Charleston that gives us, the wings to fly and do these things. Andrea Cook and our SOZO program, you guys have moved mountains in our community when it comes to recovery efforts. Michaela can vouch for that all day long, so we appreciate you guys and everything that you do. The DHHR and our CPS workers, again, this wouldn't work without you guys, and Allie and Stacy, Uplifting Families, our service providers that work with the parents and the kids, our attorneys, for working with us and trusting us. We do appreciate those from Joe Manchin and Carol Miller's office being here with us today. And I do have one little extra thing. I always thank our community, but today I wanted to do an extra thank you to Mayor Schaefer. We have talked about for a long time wanting to do a community garden. Kathleen, I don't know if you've heard about all this or not. And so Judge Callahan was nice enough to have some land that we could use to do that. So we've got seeds growing and all of that. And our guys went out with our tiller. It's not my thing. A tiller to try and till up the ground. And it wasn't working. And Mayor Schaefer spoke with Gary and offered to help with that. And now I think we have our extension office getting involved with our agricultural agent, who's going to help do all of that and help us plant and seed and garden. So hopefully we'll have some good stuff growing here in the next few months. So we're really appreciative of that. And everyone seems to be enjoying it. They've got to work on that so far. And they're real diligent about making sure our little seeds get watered and plenty of sunlight and all that good stuff. So with that, I think that I am finally done talking. Yes, and just to reiterate what Judge Callahan said, all of the businesses that are working with our people and with our programs, whether it's employment, landlords, whatever that may be, we are more fortunate than we know in this community with people who care, having employers call us out of love, not out of anger, say, hey, you just might want to check on so-and-so, and it gives us an opportunity to get somewhere where we don't see them all the time if they're at work, and so everyone's participation, again, is what makes this work, and we appreciate you all very, very much. So I think we'll introduce graduates now, and we're going to do family treatment court first, so Angela can get gauged.
Before we do that, just a couple of points before we do that. It hasn't been mentioned yet that in family treatment court and drug court, our recidivism rate in both is less than 1%. So that bodes well for our community and our team. And the other point is, Stephanie mentioned that I did take a couple of her talking points. And in fairness to me, and in fairness to you, I did that to try to shorten her portion. Unfortunately, it did not work. But I tried.
Hey, Bobby, will you see if her mom and baby are out there to come back in?
Say something.
Give it just 1 second. While Bobby's getting them, the last thing I have on my sheet, there they are, to talk about with Matt and Angela engaged. is Gage has kind of been with us since right after he was born with you guys. And it was because of their willingness and determination to work with the program so hard that Gage has never been away from them. And you have kind of got to witness that. He is attached to his mother's hip, and if you take her off, I think what we say is a flip that switches, and he starts crying. There's some of us he's seen for over a year, and he still won't have anything to do with us. Mommy, do you need to get him? Poor Angela hasn't got to hardly be in family treatment court ever because she has to go outside with Gage because he won't stay with Allie.
Gage.
But Matthew, you guys want to come on up? So this is Matthew Williams and Angela Hall. There it is, he's fine. They have been in the program for 448 days. They both have 448 days in recovery. They completed all of their evidence-based classes that focus on addiction recovery and life skills management. They have regularly participated in online recovery meetings. Matt obtained his driver's license, and Angela is very close to doing the same. They obtained and have maintained safe and suitable housing. Matt maintained employment, and they had an unfortunate thing happen recently where Matt showed up to work and the company didn't exist anymore. And I bring that up to compliment you all on how you handled that. It might not have been something that you could have handled quite as well, a year or two ago, but you guys took all the right steps and are doing all the right things, and I'm very proud of you for how you've handled that situation. Angela, you're one of the best communicators that I've ever encountered in my life, and I appreciate that very much because one of the key parts of this is communication. And like I said, the best thing I can say at all is just what they've done with this baby. He's perfect, he's thriving. Matt, you've really stepped up and shown what a strong partner and a strong father looks like. Angela, I mean, it's shown. There's no words I can say. So we're very, very proud of you guys.
Thank you.
Might not work.
I'll talk fast.
All right. Phew, this is nerve-wracking. To all the participants, especially those that are newest to the FTC program, I know that in the beginning, things can feel overwhelming or at times even impossible. A lot of us are having to completely rebuild our lives back from this total destruction. Just keep in mind and don't forget, slow progress is a lot better than no progress. Hang in there, keep your heads up, and remember that nothing is impossible. Take things one day at a time, 1 hour at a time, 1 minute at a time, or 1 second at a time. Whatever works for you in your recovery. Set small goals and work hard at achieving those goals. Our children did not ask to be brought into this world, and I don't think that anyone knows this to be truer than people in recovery. Life can be difficult without all the chaos that addiction brings. Our babies deserve to have the very best versions of ourselves that we can be in order to properly guide them through and help them through life. I want to be a mother that my son Gage can always look back and be proud of. This program has helped me become more of the kind of mother I want to be for my son. Not only was I able to get sober, but I've been able to remain sober. All right, go for it, Bubba. Things that might come easy for some people, such as getting into a daily routine and sticking with that routine, was a little challenging for me in the beginning. Not only was I learning how to become a first-time mama, but I also had to learn how to make appointments and keep them, pay bills, and keep stable housing. Luckily, I did not have to do these things alone because I have a wonderful partner to help me, and that's Gage's daddy, Matt Williams. Matt, thank you. Along with the help of FTC. Judge Callahan, Stephanie, and everyone that makes up the FTC team. You are all amazing, wonderful people, and I'm really thankful for everything you've done for myself and for my family. It's been great spending time with you and getting to know you all. I wish with all my heart that I could say that I've never had any trouble with substance abuse, but unfortunately I have. Thankfully, FTC, along with the support of my family, was there to help me through my struggle, and for that I am forever grateful. Thank you all.
Our next family are Gabriel and Shauna Haynes. And Grayson and Taylor, you can come up with them or you can sit down. It's whatever you want to do. Shauna and Gabe have been in the program for 398 days. Gabe has 398 days in recovery and Shauna has 333 days as of today. They have completed all evidence-based classes that focus on addiction, recovery, and life skills management. Shauna obtained her driver's license, which is a very big deal. Together, they were able to purchase a nice newer vehicle. They've maintained safe and suitable housing. Gabe has maintained employment, and that employment has required a lot of long hours and lots of days with little to no sleep, and he does incredible with that. Because of Gabe's strong work ethic and Shauna's dedication, they have ensured that their children have been able to participate in any activity they choose, like cheerleading. And they have been able to take the kids on a couple of trips to visit family and things like that. I didn't get to witness this, but Tia had mentioned to me that Shauna stepped outside of her comfort zone a little bit recently and has helped some of the newer participants and kind of guide them while they're just at the beginning of the program and their recovery process. And those things are special. You don't understand how far that can go. Both of them have also regularly participated in online recovery meetings, and both of them have really demonstrated an eagerness to change things, to really give themselves and the kids the happiest and healthiest life possible. We're very proud of all of you. Thank you.
When Gabe and I first started family treatment court, we were broken. We had lost our children. Through his hard work with his job, and I get to stay home with the kids and take care of them. And I'd like to thank all of you for all of your help. Anytime we've needed you, you've been there. I mean, all the team, and Rodney, and Allie, and Amy, and just everybody. So thank you all so much. It's Taylor.
All right, so I think that wraps up my speaking, which I'm sure everybody's glad for, and Sherry will take care of her.
Okay, so I have 5 graduates here today, and being in this ugly world of addiction, and it doesn't discriminate. Like, it could be, and I'm sure in everybody's family. We have 5 here today. They're coming out of that ugliness. So we're going to start with Kennedy. Kennedy, you have 2 years and 9 months sober. You have grown so much during the time with us. You are now providing your own home, a safe place for your children. You have changed as your rock. You got your license in a vehicle, and I believe 2 vehicles. You're working full time. You know that you're going to have much more in life. And so, like, every year we get them keychains. And the one thing that I put on here was to remember that if you want what you've never had, you must do what you've never done. You are a beautiful, strong mama of 2 with positive vibes and a lot to offer in our community. Thank you, Sherry.
Danny? I don't know what to say. I didn't write a speech or anything, but when I first started this program, like I've told everyone, I just took it as a big joke. I didn't take it seriously. I was just like, to me, I was like a really mad 15-year-old that didn't want to listen. I didn't want to listen to rules. I thought they were just being bossy, and And then I quickly realized they were just trying to make me set goals, and I had these rules to help me later on down the road. And it really has helped me. It's helped me, go to bed around 9, 10 o'clock. I always want to be home at 9 o'clock now. And it helps me if I want to spend more time with my kids, if I want to watch a movie, I can do that because now I'm used to that. I also want to thank Gary for almost delivering my baby like a year and a half ago. And thank Kim and Sherry for being there for me. My mom passed away in 2018, and so I struggled really bad. My dad's an addict as well, so I've had to force myself to stay away from him. And it's just been really hard. My younger brother just got put in detox a few days ago. And so part of me does feel like sometimes my world is falling apart, but at the same time, I think about what you said, Sherry. I feel like I've already fought my battle, and all I can do is, pray for them and hope that they can have the same outcome that I've had. And it's all because of them, it really is. And I also want to say thank you to Tia. I love you, Tia. You're amazing. Thank you, guys.
Next we have Danny Rose. Danny has 23 months sober. You have changed so much. Your appearance, you don't even look the same. You once seemed hollow on the inside, but now to listen to you talk, you bring out positivity. You gave yourself life again. You're working full time, you have your own home, you have your own vehicle. So in your keychain, I put, sometimes you don't realize your own strength until you come face to face with your greatest weakness. And when I look at that, I think, well, that's exactly what you did. You came face to face with what was taking life from you. You showed how strong you really are.
I want to thank my family for the support they've shown me, and thank the drug court team.
We got Bradley. You have 19 months sober. You have a home, a license, a vehicle. You seemed lost when you started programming. Life puts you in a vicious cycle of chasing the wrong thing. And one day you confronted it head on. You began focusing on yourself. And for years we chose, when you stop chasing the wrong things, you give the right things a chance to catch you. And with that new focus, you gained a beautiful wife who has supported you from day one.
Congratulations.
Everybody on the team.
Jerry.
Sir, Gary.
Yeah, swap those for me. I grabbed the wrong one. We got another picture with you. Jerry, you have 19 months sober, you have a home, license, and a vehicle. You're almost as hard-headed as I am. And at the beginning of the program, I wasn't sure, what I'm saying, what was going to go on, but, you decided to make the changes that you needed. I wasn't going to let you win. I see a lot of good in you. You're a caring individual. And on your keychain was, when some things go wrong, take a moment to be thankful for the many things that are going right in your life. And I'm happy that Amy's your rock.
Yeah. And I thank you all too, Kim, Sherry, Gary, Mr. Callahan, for the opportunity and the experience. And with y'all's support, I've done it. My girlfriend Amy, soon to be wife, we're getting married in Tennessee, and just keep making each day better. So thank you.
JW, 28 months sober. You have a home, license, a vehicle. You were headstrong at the beginning of the program. You continued to say you were done with it all. You proved to me that it's not really the amount of time that someone has used that's going to determine how well you do in the program. It's where your head is with it. You came in with your mind made up. You were done. As with everyone else, you knew you had a lot to lose. and you made a lot of changes. I want you to know that no matter how many times you and I have been head to head, I will never say you won a battle. Remember, it doesn't really matter who you used to be. What matters is who you've become. Never let anyone take that away from you.
I just want to say I believe you saved my life and my dad's. He's my best friend, and you all are my friends too. All right.
So I'll just continue to say that, you know, the graduates, you've heard me say again, as I did earlier, when you walk through those doors, that's when the battle really starts. You just pick yourselves up off the floor and you've done what you needed to have all the tools that you needed to have to continue living life. You are back in the community and you're being productive. We love you guys. Just remember, people, places, and things, and nothing changes, nothing changes.
Well, that'll wrap it up for today. Congratulations to all. And I want to remind everybody, we got lunch down at the Family Life Center, so everybody join us for that. What I'd like to do after we're done is get all the graduates up for a couple of pictures. After we're done with that, family, friends can come up, pictures, hugs, whatever you want to do, and we'll all go eat. So if there's nothing else, we are adjourned. Thank you for being here.